Hi everyone, welcome to Life on the Film Set. My name is Nick Payne and this is...
I'm George Arton.
Hi George.
Hi mate, how are you?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Good.
Excellent. This is a podcast about
How to work on a film set and get better at it.
how to be great.
Great.
How to be great at it.
Great.
Yeah.
Better, great.
Absolutely. And this is our episode 5.
5.
Which is our final episode for this initial season.
Yes.
Maybe
The
we'll
first
be
season.
back. Maybe we won't.
I'm sure we will be back.
We need love. We need
Yes.
love and
Exactly.
support. And
Today's camera,
today we've got the Yashica Lynx 500.
beautiful.
This is a,
5,000.
yeah. Ooh, is it? Oh,
It is 5,000.
is it?
Yeah.
It is too. Look at that. I can even see the zeros without my glasses on. This was my father's camera.
Wow.
Yeah, from the 60s. So,
That's so amazing.
yeah, could do with a clean, lubricate, and adjust. And maybe I should do that. Put a roll of film through it and see. how it's going.
Yeah. So it looks really good condition. It should work.
Yeah, mechanically it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, shutters firing.
The lenses looks great.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think you should put some film in it.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds like it's... Yep, you
Beautiful.
can see the aperture moving.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
So
So let me recap what we've spoken about
last
so far.
4 episodes.
Last 4 episodes, yeah, we spoke about leading and following,
Following, yes.
and in particular the concept of intent
Yes.
as a way of communicating what you want people to do and
then-
reflecting back what you're
Yep.
going to do to people who've asked you to do something.
Yes.
The episode after that, we talked about the flow of work
Yeah.
and a technique for understanding how work flows from in between departments,
Yes.
and how to optimize the sequence and order of work in order to maximize
Mm-hmm.
the input from the whole crew.
Yes.
So keeping everybody
Engaged.
engaged, helping out,
Yeah.
and avoiding
together.
working together, avoiding situations where people are sitting around for
Yeah.
a long time
Yeah.
doing nothing. Then we spoke about innovation,
Yes.
and we talked about 2 ways to foster innovation.
Mm-hmm.
So one was to create opportunity and time for people to run safe to fail experiments, or to put it another way, to test.
Yes, exactly.
And we also talked about the importance of having a crew that have worked together,
Yes.
for long enough that they've reached a point of psychological safety,
Yes.
so that they can bounce ideas
Exactly.
off each other.
Yep.
You know, and go, "That's a dumb idea, George. Here's why I think that." You
Yeah.
go, "Well, you might be right, but blah blah blah," and you build
That's the
on.
reason is like, yeah.
Yeah, you build on
E-
each other's
exactly.
idea because you can
Go back and
honestly
forward.
critique those
Yes.
ideas. Yeah. Then we spoke about estimation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and had a ton of kind of techniques for
How to estimate.
how to estimate. Yeah, how to get better estimates.
Yep.
And a lot of it was, I mean, if I was to say any kind of one theme
Mm-hmm.
that I think came out of that, it was the idea of contingency.
Yes.
Like you
definitely.
need to
Yep.
assume that things are going to go wrong
Yep.
and have contingency in your schedule to allow for that, so that you can respond to that.
Yep.
And if things don't go wrong,
Yep.
you can use that contingency to finish early
Yes. Yes.
or to increase the quality of what you're doing,
That's right. That's right.
which goes back to the stuff we were talking about,
Yeah.
innovation.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, if you have extra time, then you can, exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Everything goes much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
The outcomes will be much, much better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the last thing you want is people who are so stressed that they're not thinking
Yeah,
clearly and
exactly.
they actually end up stuffing something up that
Yes.
slows you down even further.
Exactly. So how about today's?
So today, which is our final
Yes, final
one,
episode.
we're going to talk about building culture.
Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, this is. I mean, look, I say every week this is important, but I think this one is important, and I guess I'll ask you a question to start off with,
Sure.
like I do every time,
Of course. Yep.
which is tell me about a really memorable experience on a set where, in your view, the culture was really great.
Yeah. So I can give you two.
Okay.
So one, like very small budget, say like very small team.
Yep.
I've been working like that for a while now, and yeah, like I have really great team working with my friend Jonathan and a few of our friends,
Okay.
in that part of that crew. Fantastic, small team, but we work like we help each other.
Yeah.
Since what we always talking like
Yeah.
helping every department is helping each other basically.
Yeah.
Because there's like 4 or 5 of us max.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other side, you and I, will work on that feature.
Yep.
That's the next level because we were like 20, 25 of us,
Yeah.
on that set. That's a big jump.
Yep.
And even that environment was fantastic. The camera department, everyone was very lovely people. Understand that, they work really well together.
Yeah. Cool. So
So for that feature, the camera department, everyone, was fantastic team.
okay.
Yeah.
So what would you say was the kind of common element between both of those environments that that made those cultures great? Like, what is the what does a good culture look like?
Good, just nice guy, like nice guys and girls.
Yep.
Like that's one of the things. Like they respect.
Yep.
Whatever we say, they do it. They
Yep.
follow what we say.
Yep.
And vice versa, of course.
Yep.
Same thing. Respect is one of the thing. Because if I look after you, you look after me.
Yep.
It's like that.
Yep.
It's a team. We are a team.
It's a mutual
Respect. Exactly. And then the feature, same thing. Every single person from producer, director, everyone was lovely. Like when we're not doing something, we're having fun. We're making jokes. Even the director was making jokes with me or everyone else.
Yep.
So it was going back and forward like that. It
Okay.
was really cool. Because you feel comfortable like that. But when it was serious in situation, it's like, of course, everyone's doing their job.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you work hard, play hard.
Exactly. Because that set was some of the days was difficult.
Very long days. Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I really like, those experiences. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have an example of a really bad culture set that you've been in?
Yes. For me, it wasn't as like it is. It wasn't fun to work that set. We did a short film. Again, you were involved on that too. The problem was the director wasn't experienced,
Okay.
and he didn't look after his team.
Okay.
He didn't feed the team.
Yeah. Yep. We'll get on to that. Yeah.
Yeah. That for me was because of the experience of his team.
Okay.
Again, you know what I mean? Like the producer wasn't experienced. He was a student.
Yeah.
The director was his first film.
Yep.
To pull that, like he did pull off, but like the crew, everyone else wasn't very happy on that.
Yeah. And it sounds to me like that is like the flip side of what you said about the positive sets, where you said they were great because there was mutual respect.
Yes.
Sounds like this is more, you felt that there was a lack of respect
That's
for
right.
yourself
Something
and the
simple,
input
man.
you were giving.
As you said, mutual respect. You're asking people to help you,
Yeah.
but if you know look after that people, they're not going to respect you, or they're going to look after you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes sense?
It seems pretty simple, doesn't it?
Yeah.
At one level. But yeah, at another level, at another level, it
And
is
sometimes
harder.
people doesn't need that much. Like if you feed them, Like that was the one of the issue.
Yep.
So we didn't have substantial food.
Yep.
We were doing 12 hours, 11 hours.
Yep.
You know, you need those, like you need the energy.
Yeah.
There wasn't much snacks.
Yeah.
I mean, there was, but wasn't enough for everyone, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, like that's one thing. And then I think last time, one of the episodes, I said the other feature I worked on a long time ago, again, me and my friend tried to do goodwill for the team. We went to the coffee, like to buy coffee, everyone. And when we came back, the director was just so angry at us. And then, yeah, it's just, again, it's like,
Again, it's a lack of respect, isn't
yeah,
it?
exactly. Like we're trying to thank you for everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity.
Yeah.
Give them like nice, it's a
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but then, yeah, we had that experience. I had that experience as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How
Okay.
about, can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Go
What
for it.
about your experiences, I should say? The good one, and then one of them is
Bowen. Look, I'd certainly say that Salt Along the Tongue was a really great culture.
Yep.
And I kind of felt that it was, so in some ways, it was, I think a lot of the crew, I think the crew were very competent.
Yep.
I think it was excellent, highly competent people. I do feel like that this was an early opportunity for them to be working on a feature.
Yes.
Maybe for the first time.
Yep.
Maybe. And so I did feel like there was this sense of everybody wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, I'm excited to be
Yes.
here and
Yep.
to play a part in this.
Exactly.
So the producer, Daniel Pollock, I've got a lot of time for. I think he's an excellent leader.
Yes, exactly right. He did a great job.
He did a great job, yeah, and was very supportive of everybody.
Yes.
Knew everybody. Interacted really positively with everybody and had time for everybody.
Exactly.
And yeah, all of that makes a difference. I can think of another feature. I mean, there's a couple of other features I've been on.
Yep.
Interestingly, there was one I was on with a very, very competent crew,
Yep.
but I didn't feel that crew was necessarily as excited about that project
Okay.
as the crew on Salt Along the
sure.
Tongue. They did an amazing job, and that feature looks great. It's going to come out really well. But yeah, it felt slightly less collaborative.
Yeah. Okay.
It felt like people were there. I've got a job. I'm here to do my job.
Yep.
I'll do my job well. For my 10 hours, and then
Yes.
then I'm out of here. So it wasn't necessarily a negative,
Yeah.
like a negative bad culture, but it was a different culture, and
That's exactly right. Yeah.
yeah, and I have reflected on those two experiences a little bit, going, why were they different? But I think it does reveal something really important about culture, which is good. I'm glad you asked, because this kind of brings me on to the first thing I want to say.
Sure.
Which is that culture is what we call an emerging property of a human system.
Yeah.
Right. So anytime people come together to do anything, to achieve anything, like on a production, they're forming a system of human beings, a complex adaptive system if you're into biology, and I won't talk about that because I'll go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And as people come together and they interact with each other, culture emerges.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Culture will always emerge.
That's right.
Culture is not something that you can control.
That is true.
It's a property of a system of human beings that emerges because it's a complex system, and people are complex. And so I guess the first point I want to make is, if you do nothing, right? So if you're a leader of a system and you do nothing in regards to shaping the culture of that, a culture will emerge.
Of course.
And it may not be the culture that you want to emerge, or it may not be a culture that is helpful for you in achieving the goals that you have as a leader over that that system.
Exactly.
And so it is very, very important as a leader within a system, whether that's I'm the producer or I'm a head of department,
Yep.
or even if you're not any of those roles, because all of us,
Yeah.
the way we interact with each other has an impact on the culture that
Exactly.
emerges. So we all are leaders in that sense.
Yep.
But yeah, if you, if you're in charge of this system, it is vitally important for you to be deliberate about the culture that you want to
Yes.
emerge.
Yep.
So that's really the very first thing.
Yes.
You need to start off by going, what do I want the culture
Yep.
of this set to be?
Exactly.
Because if you don't,
Yeah.
a culture will emerge anyway.
Yep. It won't involve. Yeah.
Yeah,
It won't evolve. Yeah.
yeah, and a bad culture
Yeah.
might emerge.
Yeah. Exactly. Or some tension between departments.
Yep.
Or person to person, of course. So some tension, and then you lose that energy.
Well, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like the positive energy loses,
of
and
course,
then
yeah. And even worse,
and that will affect the project.
exactly, even worse, it will affect the output
Yes.
of what you create.
Exactly.
You will, it'll be compromised,
Yeah.
or even worse, there can be a significant conflict that occurs that
Yes.
results in the stopping of production for a period of time to
Exactly.
address
Exactly.
that.
And we heard the story. We met the DP. You were going to be on that feature.
Yeah,
And then that was
Yep.
that was a bad environment, And then the reason I just remembered,
Yep.
you said that the production was just cut off,
yes. This was a low budget
low budget.
feature.
Yeah,
They wanted to shoot 90 pages in 9 days. I met the director to DP it, but decided not to.
yeah,
Because I had some warning bells going off, and then we met the guy who did DP it. and
yes.
they got 4 days into production. The whole thing
Then it just collapsed.
fell apart.
Yeah. So that's a toxic environment.
It's a very bad environment.
So to be that bad,
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's I just remembered that.
Yeah. So I've got 6 points.
Yep.
I don't know why. It's always 6, isn't it? So 6 points to make about things you can practically do to be able to build culture. Once you've gone, I have a responsibility for this that I need to take seriously,
Yes.
and I need to know the sort of culture that I want there to be on set.
Yes.
Once you've done that, then here are 6 things you can do. So number 1 is this: feed people
Oh yeah, 100%.
and give them coffee.
That's right. First coffee.
First coffee, then
First
food.
coffee, and then breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yep.
Simple. Like it doesn't have to be just sandwiches,
Yep.
And like recently, Ian and I we did a 2-day shoot,
Yep.
and then the director had like literally some bread, ham and cheese, tomatoes, perfect sandwich.
Yeah.
Couple of sandwiches,
Yep.
everyone's happy.
Yep.
Not frozen chicken or anything like that.
Yes. So they say that an army marches on its stomach.
Exactly.
Is the
That's
old adage.
That's right. That's so true.
Yeah. And look, I mean, a lot of production work,
Yeah.
once you get on set, is very physical.
It is.
Carrying
We're
things,
standing.
lifting things, lots
Exactly.
of standing.
Exactly.
Yeah, to feed people, in one sense, it's a common courtesy.
Yeah.
It is certainly the standard, but there is, there's a really positive
Yeah.
impact that
Exactly.
comes from just looking after people
Yep.
in terms of food and coffee.
That's right. That's right.
The
So like we were having food outside.
Yeah.
Because
we
had to
on that particular
on
short.
particular short. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we spend more.
We spend more money,
Yeah.
that's right. And look, at another impact of that, they were like, okay, right, let's keep going again. where's George, Nick, and Ian?
Yeah.
They've gone to get food because
Exactly.
the food is not good enough here.
So the first AD was understandable, like
He was like,
because
"Yep, I get it.
It's fine, man. I get it. You know.
Yep." So the feature I just came off.
Yes.
Our guys who were running unit and who were feeding us were like clockwork.
Okay.
So the food was really great, but
Yes.
they were, mid-afternoon,
Yep.
they would come around to everybody and go, "Can I get you a coffee?"
Beautiful.
And you'd give them your order and a coffee would turn up
Perfect.
5-10 minutes
That's
later.
I love it. I love that. That's good.
We had one day where, so this was January, so we had this really hot day.
Yeah.
And, and we're in this like shooting on location in this building, lots of people, small space, very stuffy.
Oh.
And I'm like, you know what, this afternoon, instead of offering people coffee, it would be amazing if you came around with ice cream. And they did.
Nice.
So
Nice.
they'd go, with a cup and a spoon, "Would you like some ice cream?" And everybody's like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me on
See,
set."
everyone's
Lifts the mood.
Lifts the mood,
Lifts
exactly.
the mood. It's something that you talk about afterwards, and
Yes.
you go, "Oh, remember when?"
even when we had on the short and we were together,
Yep.
popsicles.
Those super dupers.
Super duper, yeah.
Super dupers.
It was
that's right.
fantastic.
Yep.
Like those 2 days was so hot.
Yep.
And then they were fantastic.
Yeah, cool.
You know? Yeah.
So that is point number one.
Yeah.
Feed people well. Give them
Exactly.
coffee. It's a small
Very,
thing,
very small, like
but
yeah.
it makes
It's
such
very
a huge
important,
difference.
yeah.
Yeah. And it helps people show up
yes.
at their best.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Here's point number 2.
Yep.
Which is to provide your crew with a motivating vision.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
To be able to say to your crew, "This is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we're doing it. This is why it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
amazing." Everybody's there, of their own free will,
Yes.
giving their time.
Yep.
Whether that's for money or
volunteering.
voluntarily. Regardless, they could
Yes.
have chosen to be somewhere else,
100%.
but they are there. And so you need to give them a
Yes.
reason
Yes.
to be there. What are we doing here? Why is it amazing?
Yep.
What is it that you are making a contribution to?
Yeah. To the production. Yeah.
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 And you can read a script and go, "Wow, this is great.
awesome. Yeah.
I'm really motivated by the script itself."
Yeah.
But sometimes you read a script and you don't
Get it.
you don't
Yes.
see it. I find
I found that too, actually.
quite a lot. It's not until
Yeah.
you see the cut that you go, "Oh, yeah, I can see
Exactly.
how this comes together." And so, in the absence of that, it is important to have leaders on set,
Yes.
right? Whether
Yes.
it's the director or a producer or first AD that is able to articulate the vision,
Yeah.
that vision. This is why we're doing this. And on the feature I was just on, the director actually did a really great job of that.
Okay.
A guy called Sean Bell.
Yep.
He stood up and he said, "Look, this is why I'm making this."
Yep.
And it's a very personal story for me. It's, it relates to some family experiences and stuff like that. And I appreciate the fact that you are all here
Beautiful.
making a contribution to that. So their vision does 2 things.
Yes.
It gives you motivation,
Yep.
right? I want to be here. I want
Exactly.
to work on this. But it also gives you a framework for making creative decisions.
Yep.
So I'm art department or I'm camera department or whatever. I understand the director's vision.
Yep.
And so I'm going to bring my creativity
Yes.
to my job to make creative decisions that support his or her
vision.
creative
Yep.
vision.
Yep. It's like for the feature that the salt. The reason I was so into it is because I worked with Susan before. So I'm going to come to camera department.
Yep.
Because I knew her, how she works,
Yep.
how she gives her time to explain things.
Yeah.
The reason we had 3 cameras or 5 cameras, that's the reason.
Yep.
And then when I met the director, of course, first time,
Yep.
he was such a nice guy. Like,
Yeah.
because the first time you don't know still.
Yep.
But when I saw how much work they're putting into it,
Yep.
the quality of the production,
Yep.
then I was like, okay, these guys are really like, they want.
It makes
and
you want to lift your game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, of course, same thing, Daniel, the producer,
Yep.
such a nice guy.
Yep.
I saw him like how much work he was putting.
Yep.
He was doing everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the difference between that set
Yeah.
and the other set.
Yep.
They didn't fit us
Yep.
because of the producer wasn't the right producer on that set.
Yep.
Because he's the one who's going to organize all the food, everything else,
Yep. Yeah.
or to pick up some crew.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, sorry.
That's all right. So let me give you the third one.
Yep.
So the third one is this. If you want to build a great culture, you need to build an environment where you're allowing people to use their skills
Yes.
to contribute.
Yep.
Right. So you've fed them,
Yes.
you've motivated them by sharing a vision.
Yes.
This is what I want to achieve. You then need to give them the freedom to use their skills to contribute.
100%.
Right. And so what this is the difference between telling people what to do
Yeah.
versus telling people what you want to achieve
Yes.
and allowing them to decide what they're going to do
Yeah.
in order to achieve that.
So ask their opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one kind of practical way.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
What do you think about this?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So the conversation might go, oh, hey, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you about this setup? This is what I want to achieve. What do you think? Or I was thinking that maybe we could try this. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll.
Yeah. That 100%.
Yeah, I want a really silhouetted look. Yes, we could achieve that by backlighting them with an M18 through the
Yes.
window.
Yep.
Whatever that is.
Exactly.
Film is a multidisciplinary
100%.
activity.
Yeah.
And you get great results when you bring in competent people and you let them use their skills.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and and what this is about is people feel like,
Yes.
again, it's respect
Exactly. Exactly.
in the way that you treat people, but you're respecting their skill
Of course.
as well.
Of course.
You're the expert in operating a camera.
Yes.
Why am I telling you
Wh-
how
what-
to do your job? Yeah. Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, cool. Here's number 4, which is similar,
Yeah.
which is give people a voice.
Yeah. 100%. Like, just listen to them.
Yep.
Sometimes you listen.
Yep.
If you think that's gonna work, then of course use it.
Yep.
But then if you think it's not gonna work, you know what I mean? Like still, like, you can take opinions.
Yep.
If you might try it, you might
Yep.
not try it, or someone else's opinion. You say,
Yep.
okay, that's a good idea. We can try that.
Let's try that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, this comes a little bit back to when we were talking about innovation.
Yes.
And going speed
Yeah.
can stifles innovation. But when you've got contingency, you've got space in your schedule.
Exactly.
That gives you the space to go, does anybody have any ideas?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So
Yeah. I mean, another aspect of giving people a voice is letting them speak up when they think something's wrong.
yeah.
And that can be very important because sometimes there is a thing that's wrong with the system,
Yep.
the human system, that you can't see.
Mm-hmm.
And the canary in the coal mine, if you like, is your crew. So if they start going, oh, I don't think X is good, that's a signal
Yeah.
that there's something wrong in the system that needs to be addressed.
Yes.
And if you don't address it, something even bigger might go
Some
wrong.
issues going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
important.
It is important. Okay.
Okay, cool. Number 5. Where are we? Oh, actually, so let me just before I go to number 5.
Yeah.
Let me just tie up that
Sure.
kind of bunch of things there. So give people a motivating vision, allow them to use their skills to
Yes.
contribute, give them a voice. There's a video on YouTube, and I'll stick the link in the notes type thing. It's by this guy called Dan Pink, and he's where he gives a talk at a conference or something. There's somebody that sketches it.
Okay.
So there's one of those style things, and he in this talk he talks about what it is that motivates people at work, and he debunks the idea that people are motivated by money.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we need money
That
to
is,
survive.
100%, man.
But he debunks the idea if you go, oh, if I'll give you a bonus if you get this done fast.
Yes.
And instead he says there are 3 things that motivate people, which is autonomy,
Yep.
mastery, and the opportunity to make a difference.
Yes.
So what he means by that is firstly autonomy, like that I have the space and the freedom to decide how I want to work.
Yeah.
Right? Rather than just being told how to work
What to
all
do.
the time.
Yep.
You know, and again, that goes back to what you were saying about respect.
Yes.
You know, I respect that you actually know what you're doing,
Yes,
so I'm
exactly.
going to let you
Yep.
do things the way you see fit.
Yes.
Mastery is the idea of being good at something.
Yeah.
Like I want to go on set and feel like I'm good at my job.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's an important kind of psychological thing that motivates people. They feel like
Yes.
they're doing a good job. And then making a difference is the third one, which is the idea that the work that I'm doing is contributing to some greater whole.
Yeah.
And so that, again, is the motivating vision.
That's how I
idea.
approach every project,
Yeah.
because I want to see the outcome, because we're putting so much time into it.
Yeah.
I want to see the director achieves that.
Yeah. You want to be, this is more than just a job.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
But when it comes, if the production doesn't look after you, because as we said before, like even if you're getting paid or voluntarily, so regardless, still you got to look after them, because they're willing to be there
Yep.
to do that. So yeah, that's important.
Yeah, for sure. That's
For me, yeah, it's just like I want to see that final product.
yeah. Cool. So I've got 2 more points to make.
Yes.
A little bit different
Sure.
from the other ones, but let's jump on in. So here's point number 5, which is when you get somebody to work on set for you,
Yes.
it's really important that you deliver value
Yes.
to them.
Yep.
And I guess what it means this. So when you ask somebody to come on set and do something for you, you're entering a contract with them.
Yes,
Whether
of
that's
course.
a formal written contract or whether it's just a verbal.
Yeah.
Hey, are you free tomorrow to come on set and
Yes.
as a runner and help, whatever it
What
might
it
be.
is, yes.
That's still
position is.
it's still a form of contract. I mean, it's a form
course.
of contract under law, but when you do that, you want to be giving something back to that person,
100%.
something of value. Now that might be money.
Yes.
Right? That's kind of the obvious thing. You go, yep, this is what my time's worth. I'm happy to come on board.
Yep.
Pay me what I'm worth. That's that should be a given.
That's
Although
yep.
it's obviously not.
It's not,
And there's
yeah.
lots of low-paid work
Yes.
and volunteer work. But beyond the money, there is a further question of what value am I giving you by being on set beyond the money.
Yeah.
All right. So, like you were talking about being on Salt Along the Tongue and going, one of the reasons you did that was to work more with Susan.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Because she's generous
Yes.
with her time and
To her
she
time.
teaches.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I really like about it.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And then I'm glad I did. And then we met you and then the team, you know.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for that opportunity, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
Having said that, even the short film, again, the reason I was hanging on that is because of the DP,
yes.
Callum,
Yeah.
amazing DP,
Yeah. Yeah.
such a nice guy. So that's the reason I did hang, and because of you guys as well. No, because
Yeah, absolutely.
that
Yeah.
made it much easier.
Yeah. So yeah, going back to what I was saying about Dan Pink, like
Yeah.
what he says is that money, money goes so far,
Yes.
and then you get to a point where you go, cool, I'm being paid the money that I'm worth,
Yeah.
and that's enough for me to make a living off and to pay my
Yes.
mortgage and feed
Yes.
my kids. But beyond that, as a human being, the value that I'm looking for is different.
Yeah.
So the
like just for that, so if the money is like, that's perfect, but if someone is volunteer, it's like for me, just feed me, because if you don't feed me, then why I'm no but like
Yep.
I know it's funny we're talking about it
know.
about food,
Yep.
but just give me some food, because I'm there to
Doing you a
help you.
favour.
Doing a favor.
Yep.
So that means you give me some food. I'm not asking money.
Yep.
Some others are. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's the difference. Like, where is the respect? I'm giving my time
Yep.
to you, and then you're not giving me anything back.
Yep. Yeah. So
I know it's funny we're talking about that.
We
but,
always talk about food. Yeah.
but something very simple.
Yeah. No. Totally. And look, I mean, what I would say is if you are doing something for a low fee or for free,
Yeah.
it becomes even more important for the person asking you to do that work
Exactly.
to understand how they're going to give you some value in return.
Yeah. Exactly. Right? Exactly, man.
This is not hard.
No.
Right?
Not at all, man.
Anytime I ask somebody to do something for me,
Yep.
I go, what is it? Like, what is it that I can give you?
Yeah.
Right? It can be as simple as that. What can I give you in return?
Yeah.
That's, that's going to
Beneficial.
be,
Beneficial
they
to
might
you.
say money, and I might go, this is all I've got. But, they might also go, look, sometimes they go, the experience
Yes.
will be good for me. Or,
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Or, it might be something along the lines of, if you can refer me to other people,
Yes.
that would be valuable for me.
Yeah.
Or if you can make sure that people see and recognize
Yes.
my particular work in this,
Exactly.
that would be valuable.
Exactly.
The only way to understand that is to actually ask
Yeah.
people, what is value for you? How can I give you
Yes.
that value
Back.
in
Yeah.
return as a way of thanking you
Yes.
for helping me
Yeah.
out? So that is
Yes.
super, super important.
Yeah.
And I'd say, especially if you're asking people to work for low rates or for free, understand
Yes.
how you are going to give them something of
Or
value back.
give them some small, like a present. You
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
Some, like, say, bottle of wine,
Yeah.
for example. I'm just giving an example, but
Yeah.
there is
Whiskey?
so many ways.
Whiskey works for
Oh,
me.
whiskey works perfect. There is so many ways you can
Yeah.
thank them.
And I guess part of the thing though is that if you've got 10 people working for you,
Yep.
they're all different.
Yes.
And value for them
It's different. Yeah,
is
of
going
course.
to be different. So by asking what value is, it allows you to really clearly understand
Yeah.
what value is, and to
No, that's a great idea.
be able to do that.
I think we should try.
Yeah, cool. Okay, here's number 6.
Yeah.
which is the last thing. So yeah, we talked about culture being an emergent property of a system.
Mm-hmm.
You can't actually control it.
Yes, you can.
And as much as I've said, do these things don't guarantee that the right
Yeah.
culture is going to emerge.
Yeah.
Because the culture is also affected by all the other people in
Yes.
the system.
Yes.
And if you've got somebody in that system who's an asshole,
Yeah.
for instance,
Yeah.
that's going to affect
100%.
the culture that emerges. right?
Exactly.
So the sixth point is this, which is anytime you see conflict
Yep.
within the system starting to emerge or any sort of dysfunction,
You have
address
to
it
address it.
immediately.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
address it immediately.
Yep.
Don't faff about.
No.
Don't beat around the bush.
Yes. Fix it.
Fix it, yeah. Just tackle it head on and start talking to people about
Yeah.
it and fix it. And one of the reasons I say this, and this is one of the problems with film as an industry in Australia, is because so much of the work is temporary work.
It is, man.
Right? So often
That's the tough part.
Yeah. So often what happens is you have somebody on set who is an asshole or is having a negative influence
Yep.
on the culture or on other people. And so often people go, we've only got another 2 weeks to go. Let's just put up with it.
Yeah.
And they don't do anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then those people go on to another job
Yes.
and another job and another job.
Exactly.
Whereas if you'd faced that head on and spoken to that person,
Yeah.
you might have actually helped them to understand themselves better
exactly.
and to change their
Yeah.
behavior.
Yep.
And that would have had,
Better outcome.
better outcome in terms of your system and a flow-on
Yes.
effect to other productions.
100%. Yeah. And then it affects to everyone else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Affects to everyone else.
Yeah. And
And,
look,
and like I said earlier, so it will affect. It slows everyone down.
yep.
The energy changes, as we said earlier.
Yep.
It's domino effect.
Yeah. Yeah. If people's emotional energy is being expended upon trying to,
Lift their mood.
to emotionally defend themselves
Yeah.
from something or somebody else on
Yes.
set that is having a negative impact,
Exactly.
they're not concentrating
Yeah.
on the work that you want them to be doing.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it for our final episode of this
Yes.
first season.
Yeah.
Let me recap again.
Okay.
Everything we've done. We did leading and following.
Yep.
We did flow of
Yes,
work
we
between
did.
departments. We did creating space for innovation.
Yes.
We did estimation.
Estimation, sorry.
Yep.
Yes.
And then today we've talked about building culture.
Culture. Yeah.
Now, do you remember when we did our introductory episode, and we
Yep.
talked about why we're doing this and what we want to achieve?
Yes. For me, it was we need more consistent at the bottom end
Consistent work?
work.
Yep.
So that's what it's lacking at the moment. It's a lot of volunteer stuff. It's like
Some
It's
unpaid work? Yep.
unpaid work
Yep.
and then very low budget.
Yep.
So that we don't have anything in the middle.
Yep.
So I'm hoping we can do something all as a big
As a community.
community.
Yeah.
Yes, community. That's the word I was looking at.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
as a community, so we can do something together, and hopefully change that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
And also same time helping other like people.
Yeah. Yeah. If I think back to what I was hoping was that, I mean, I actually wanted to be both, spend time talking about things that are both practical.
Yep.
That, anybody can go, that helps. That's something I can do and help as an individual as I go on set. But I also wanted to be able to talk about some of the bigger structural challenges.
Yes.
And you've just mentioned, kind of what we see, that
Yep.
that in Australia, our industry is not big enough
Yes.
or organised in such a way at the moment at the moment to provide sustainable career paths.
Yes.
So a lot of people are hand to mouth,
Yep.
second jobs,
Exactly. Exactly.
et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
And so I guess, the idea that I wanted to put out there is that there are some different ways that we could approach and think about
Yep.
how we work. And I'm under no illusions that you and I can put out a podcast and magically change.
No, of course. I'm not saying
Things.
it's going to happen overnight,
Yeah.
but I'm hoping it might work,
Yeah. I mean, what I would say is that ideas
Yes.
change
Yes.
things. And so I hope that we've been able to talk about some ideas
Yes.
that maybe challenge people, maybe motivated them,
Yes.
maybe inspire them,
Exactly.
and that they talk to other people
Yep.
about those ideas,
Yes.
and that together we start a much larger conversation,
Exactly.
and that conversation can and
Change.
should
Yep.
and will
Change.
result
Yeah.
in positive
Exactly.
changes industry-wide to the system that we work in.
Yes. 100%.
So as we wrap up,
Yep.
it's my challenge to people who have been listening and hopefully enjoying what we've been doing is to keep talking about these things to the people around you.
Yes.
And also to us as well, please. Yeah, we're keen to keep talking about them. And obviously there's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and the website, lifeonthefilmset.com, Life on the Film Set, all the handles. Please tell us what you think.
Yes, please.
Add comments,
Yep.
ask questions. We may do another season if there's demand there, if there's lots of people talking about it. But otherwise, I hope that what we've done in this season
Yes.
has
And hopefully it's
been
it's
helpful.
helpful. Yeah. 100%.
helpful and positive, and that
That's what we want. Positive.
that's what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, try and help other people,
Exactly.
which really kind of sums up everything that we've spoken about. Be good to people,
Yeah.
work together, help each other.
Exactly. Because as we said so many times, it's a teamwork.
It is absolutely.
Without
Teamwork.
anyone, we can't do it. Even just this.
Yep. Yeah,
We have amazing people here.
we do. So big thanks to David Dell on Sound
Yes.
in Tamil Jaja, who's been our cinematographer.
Thank you so
Joseph
much.
Hopkins, who's
Thank you,
helping
mate.
us on the branding, graphic design side of things, and Ella Richards, who's been helping as camera assistant as
Yes.
well. We appreciate you.
And I want to thank my friend Nick for putting this together.
It's my pleasure. I want to thank you, George,
course, man.
for going, let's do this.
Yes.
And
It's my pleasure, man.
taking it
I'm
from-
happy to help.
crazy idea in my head to reality.
Well, we did it.
We did.
We did the first season. So hopefully we do more.
Hopefully we do.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Excellent.
I'm with you. So
Likewise.
thanks, man.
That's it for now. And hope to see you on set.
Yes. Thank you so much. See you guys.